It is time to turn this garage bunkie into a usable camping trailer. But before that can happen, the first obstacle to get through is the garage door. More importantly, or more specifically, the garage door opening. This is a standard 7-foot door, and the camper sits at 92 inches as it is right now. So we've got to fit a 92-inch camper through an 84-inch door. I've actually already gone through, took a look. I peeled away some of the door trim, some brick molding, and some other stuff from on the outside, and I was actually able to open that up to 86 inches. I'll show you that in a moment here. And then I was able to put it back together so that I actually can just drop a few screws and the whole thing will come out there. So I'll show you that in a second. So now we have to fit a 92-inch camper through an 86-inch doorway. I should lie to you at the beginning. I apologize. But I do have an idea on lowering the camper. Now, I saw this idea actually in another forum on the internet. But what we'll do is I'm going to pop off this wheel and in its place mount these old brake discs. So that is actually, I measured them out. They are just slightly bigger than the brake drum. So I'll just put a piece of a 1/4-inch plywood as a track, basically just to make sure that those brake drums don't hit the ground at all. Because again, the brake drums are made out of like a cast steel, and if they were to hit the ground and bear any weight at all, that they'll just shatter. So I want to try and avoid that at all costs. And that should actually drop the camper to approximately 85 inches. So that should reel out. But then the next problem is that the tongue is basically just inches off the ground, and I need a way to drive it out. I could get put a drop hitch on the car, but I would need it to be adjustable, because in order for this to come out, it has to go out straight out. If the back end, basically if you lift up the front end and tilt the back end down, which would be ideal, the solar panels then become the high point, and they could be the ones that strike the garage. Similarly, if you lower the front end, it raises the back end and it's higher. So it has to come out straight. So the solution to that problem is this. This is it's an electric wheel jockey. So it goes in place of the front tongue jack, and it uses 12 volts to basically spin this wheel here. It's a 350 watt motor, I believe it is. So the idea is that I can use this, adjust the height of this on the tongue to keep it level, and it should pull itself out. Which then, in order to mount that and to mount it low, I had to make a bracket or some sort of mount. And this is the mount that basically I started working on, well, continue to work on. This was going to mount in the basically where the tongue jack was. It's got the same bolt pattern there, and I wanted it pretty beefy so that it can handle the torque basically as the wheel's driving back and forth. It was done with using these are just pressure treated 4x4 that I had laying around, and then they went through the thickness planer to make them all square and beautiful and the same. And then there's 3 pieces here. They were laminated together and then run through the thickness planer again to make them, to make this nice, good looking piece of wood. But then when I went to go assemble it, I actually realized that because of the wheel, and you'll see in a second, called the fender, I don't know, part of the wheel, it would hit this piece here. So I needed to actually offset it. So I needed to bring it out a bit. And unfortunately, the thickness planer had gone home at that point. And so I was using the miter saw as a table saw, because my table saw couldn't couldn't rip the 3.5 inch, well, the 4x4 posts. So I was using that on the miter saw, which actually didn't turn out too bad. Still a little rough looking, but that's okay. That's okay. Might even clean that up with a belt sander later. The other problem is here is that there's this crack that runs all along. And originally when I saw that, I wanted to put the crack down in to basically be part of the mating surface to stabilize that. And I realized that after I had glued it all together, it's right there. So now of course the wheel's going to get mounted here and run this way, which means that all the torque is going to be of the wheel going up and down, which is going to just split that right open. So to mount the bracket that holds the actual wheel jockey, I'm going to use lag bolts, but I've got this is a 3/8 lag bolt, 8 inches long, so that it's going to actually just come in and through everything and just hold it all together. All right, so this has been sitting for a while, so the glue should be set now. I'm going to mark the holes for the mounting bracket for the wheel jockey, and then drill out the pilot holes, slam these in. That should be fun. And then yeah, mount this to the trailer and do a test fit. All docking clamps have been removed. It is time to give this a test to see how well it goes. So we've got the power just connected to a little battery pack there. That's just yeah, one of those little guys there. Not sure which one's for to reverse. Okay, okay. It's got some swing, but it moves. I mean, it's not exactly how I expected it to work, but hey, it's only just got to move the camper, 10 short feet. But luckily it's light enough that it seems to be okay. Just got to watch out for that. It's a significant swing. Oh well. Just want to show you real quick what I've got here for the garage to disassemble it. So I'm just going to slide you over here. Pan you up. So you see where I've got here is a seam, and they got a couple of screws basically just holding this the piece of garage trim on here, and then this has been seamed here as well. It's been cut. All this has been torn down. All the brick molding, the head, well, it's not a header, sorry, but it's just a trim piece. All that's been pulled down, and then it's been screwed up so that it can come up and down easily. So I'm just going to pull that off, and you can see how much space that gives us. All right, just going to drop all the supports now and start jacking up to get the steel wheels on. All right, that's it. It's on the plywood on the steel wheels here. I'm just going to take you off the tripod and have my mic wire get caught up here. So it is squat down on the plywood. You see we got the track all the way out. And the same on this side. So you can see it is significantly lower. We will just have to, as I said, I was going to release the garage door there so I can push the door open a little bit. Still might have to undo the door where it's hanging on the track for the opener just to push it up out of the way, but we'll see. And here's the drive unit connected to the power pack, all charged up. So the countdown's on to pull this thing out. All right, so we are just under 24 hours of rain that this camper's been officially out of the garage. And we have a problem. So the water, because this window was meant to be sitting horizontal, the water sits there and collects there. As you can see, it's just coming right in through the seal. So we've got the bucket down, trying to collect as much of this water as we can. Yeah, so hopefully in the next few hours it stops raining, and then I can take this apart and see what else I can do to fix this. So oops, the design fail there. You never use a horizontal window as on a slant there. I thought I might have been able to get away with it, but clearly I didn't. So, well, that sucks. All right, just a quick update. As you can see, the trailer is back in the garage here. I was trying to seal it outside, but I was just fighting rain shower after rain shower, and of course none of the silicone was setting. And so, anyways, I've gone over the whole window, every seam, everything has been sealed. I have tried doing a water test here inside the garage. It seems to be holding. So I'll be taking I'll be taking the trailer out next outside and having to go through a proper rain shower and see how it goes. So fingers crossed, it's sealed, and we can move on to the next project. But anyways, this one's a long one. I'm going to end it right here. Thank you very much for watching, and hope to see you in the next video. Bye.